This is the Bronx Project Podcast. I'm your host, Mirez.
I'm your host, Earl Grey, and I'm walking over here.
I'm sitting over here.
Yeah, I'm walking over here.
I'm not getting out of the way.
I'm sitting over here, too.
Oh.
Shit.
I guess we can share space.
You want some coffee?
Yeah, I already drink my coffee.
I get my coffee right here. Yeah. It's 11:34 p.m.
Yeah, we started late.
Yeah.
Josh and I are working on some new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Very exciting.
Yeah, we're working on a bunch of new stuff that was really random, and we decided, hey, why not?
Yeah, we like had zero prior conversation, and then got into the car and was like, yo, you want to try this? And we're like, yeah.
Yeah. As per usual, of all things we usually do.
We really are kind of random.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I never plan on doing anything with you. It just happens. It's like spontaneous. It's it's the perfect date.
Do you know what I just realized?
What?
We don't have our beers.
I can get that later.
Don't
worry about it.
Well, it's...
I know exactly what it is.
It's Monday. We didn't record Sunday. It's my fault this time. I'll take full responsibility.
It's my fault this time. As usual, it's his fault, but this time it's my fault.
No. I mean, I think the first time was my fault. The second time was Josh's fault, and then I'm taking blame again.
It's no one's fault.
It's 2-1.
It's no one's fault.
We've missed 3 weeks, and I'm out here taking the blame.
We didn't even miss this week. Well, technically, yeah. It's
we
coming out.
Day.
So you're giving them like information that's not necessary at all.
Full disclosure, guys.
It's too much detail. You know, sometimes the listeners, the fans don't need to know everything.
I want them to feel like they know me more than I know.
No, some conspiracy theories are just left behind.
Like the Marvin Gaye theory.
Like the Marvin Gaye theory.
I just found
it's
that
not even
out.
a theory. It's the actual thing.
All right. So as you guys may or may not know, Quincy Jones had an interview where he like dropped all the deets. He said he knows who killed JFK. I didn't actually watch the video because like I know that I do a podcast based loosely on pop culture.
Yeah.
But I don't watch any of pop culture. I just come on and we riff. We talk bullshit.
We usually riff. Bullshit is the name of the game.
Yeah.
It's what we're good at.
I was just about to say that. It's our best. It's our defining characteristic.
It is probably the best thing about us is who we're really not.
Well,
we're a bunch of lies.
Marvin Gaye was bi, and I did not know that.
He's a bunch of
and apparently like.
It's in his name, Steven.
Yeah, no, but apparently he added the E at the end of gay.
Yeah. To
quote unquote throw people off.
He did.
He threw me off.
I'm like, what? You're actually gay? He's like, yeah.
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 That's what's up. I respect Marvin Gaye. Apparently he and Richard Pryor were doing some stuff.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor's an ugly man. I don't know. I feel like Marvin Gaye wasn't the most attractive.
Yeah, but Marvin Gaye was also on a lot of drugs.
Marvin Gaye was like a sex icon, though. Like, you know?
Yeah, it's him and then Prince.
Yeah, when I got that feeling, I want sexual healing.
Yeah. I want
You think he wrote that song about You think he wrote that song about Richard Pryor?
Let's get down. Imagine. Let's get down tonight, Richard.
And then he was just making jokes. He was just cracking jokes.
Nah, he was like, "That's a good song."
I like that. I'm gonna put it in my show.
I'm gonna put it in my show. We should definitely invest in the sexual healing you're talking about.
Well, the Bronx Project's beer of the week this week is Guinness. What's the name of it?
Guinness, blonde, whatever.
It's a blonde lager, I think.
It's a blonde.
It's
the Guinness that says blonde on it.
But is blonde like a type of blonde? Is
a blonde lager, I believe. It's blonde.
It's really good. Well, it's not really good, but it's good.
If you like Guinness, I don't think you'll like this beer. Because it doesn't taste like Guinness, but it's a Guinness. It's American lager, blonde American lager. It's their put on how American beers should taste, even though Guinness is a primarily Irish brand from the Ireland town of whatever their capital is.
Dublin.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Dublin. How do I not know this?
I don't know how.
I'm so good at geography and I didn't know this.
I'm pretty decent at geography, but
geography?
Yeah.
I don't know about the geography, but I'm pretty sure about geography.
I'm pretty sure I said geography, but you know, like
I'm the one editing this, so we'll figure it out.
So, what's your rating?
My rating, it's a mad decent beer.
It's mad decent.
You want to go through ratings again, or you just want to like flow through it?
Oh, we'll go through the ratings.
Yeah.
For those of you listening to the Bronx Project podcast for the first time, you know, you don't know, but you will know now that we have a beer rating system, not a beer rating system.
Yeah, we gotta mention that every time. It's not even like being cautious about people. It's just that's his thing now.
Yeah.
Like, he's reading off script right at the moment.
I'm really not.
It's in his brain.
Come on, man.
Come on, just do your thing, man.
And at the bottom of the rating system, we have a broken bottled beer.
Mm-hmm.
What's a broken bottled beer, Steven? Well, don't call me Steven. My name is Miraz. And a broken
That's your name.
And a broken bottled beer is just that. It's a poor quality beer. It's a beer that you don't want to drink. It's a beer you don't want your loved ones drinking. And if you do, are they really your loved ones?
It hurts. That's
physically
it.
and emotionally.
It's
yeah.
Like crunch crunch.
Death.
Yeah. Crunch crunch. Death. New Bay. Then our mid-grade beer, I would say, is a canned beer.
Canned beer.
It's canned beer. It's like, you know, you only have a few dollars in your pocket. Bottled beers are too expensive. So you see the canned beers. It's like aluminum. Yeah.
They are.
It's like beer. It's still beer. It's still fine brewed beer. The thing is, it has that metallic feel.
I think it,
to your
it
tongue.
affects, I think it
really
affects the
weird.
taste.
I mean, if you pour it in the cup, which we don't do, but if we did, I honestly believe that it probably tastes decent. But we're too lazy to get cups.
Do you know what we should do? Josh and I have been talking. Earl Grey and I. Sorry, I'm horrible.
That's not my name.
Earl Grey and I have been talking about brewing our own beer for almost like 2 years now.
Almost a decade.
We've only been legal to drink for 4 years.
That's true. Wait,
going on 5.
You're right. You're right.
5,
wow, we're young.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. We have our whole lives ahead of us.
Because sometimes I like stretch and then too many bones get cracking, and I'm like, wow, I'm getting old.
Sometimes I wake up and have to massage my back.
Okay.
You know,
how do you
like that?
Oh, I'm like, bro, you like stretch, like your arms just go behind your head and go into your back.
Like, I'll go in like the corner of a wall and just rub it out, just
like a fucking cat.
Yeah. I'm so serious too.
Meow.
Yeah, and it feels amazing. But back to the beers.
Yeah. Back to the beers.
And the high grade beer.
Uh-huh.
That's a bottled beer.
That's a bottled beer. Is a bottled beer. And
a bottled beer is a bottled beer when a bottled beer is a bottled beer.
Mm-hmm.
What that means is it's the highest quality of beer. Anyone who drinks beer knows that. We just finished saying, when I drink a canned beer, I feel poor. And when I drink a bottled beer, I still feel poor because I am. But
alas, it raises your, it
raises your income potential.
Just a bit higher. I actually thought about it just right now that bottled beers aren't the richest of beers.
What's the highest?
Tap beer.
Ooh.
Beer on tap. When they get the big kegs and they put it on the tap, that's supposedly
it does taste better. Yeah.
Best tasting type of beers. That because bottled beers are usually cheaper than tap beers.
Yeah.
Bottled beers are usually like $5. Tap beers are $7 to $8.
Are they?
Yeah, because there's more beer to it. But to think about it, a tap beer comes from a ginormous can.
So it's just a really expensive a canned beer.
Yes. It's like in order to beat the bottled beer, you need to increase the size of the can.
And I also heard that like if you want to get like wild drunk, you poke a hole in a canned beer and then you drink it upside down.
Yeah, it just goes better. The flow is better.
Really?
Yeah, it's just the airflow.
We're gonna try that next week.
Why? I'm not playing beer pong.
Drunk.
Damn. I haven't been drunk in a long time.
Yeah, I actually I think we should do an episode drunk or like tipsy. Because we drink beer and Josh and we're responsible, mature adults.
Yes.
And we drink for the taste.
Yeah,
we don't drink to be sloppy, unlike you sloppy motherfuckers.
Our fucking pinkies are up.
I really do drink beer with my pinky up.
I do say.
I don't drink beer like I'm sucking dick, though. That sounded like a...
I mean, technically, that's how I drink beer. It doesn't have to sound like I'm sucking dick. That sounds like you're sucking dick. I did a slurp, and you wanted
a full gag.
You want a whole gag like you're fucking putting a toothbrush down your throat.
So what's your B rating system?
I'm not much of a fan of Guinness beers.
Neither am I.
They're always too dark
Sour.
and too thick for me. It's like I can only drink one on St. Patrick's Day just because why not?
Yeah.
Irish people. But then they come out with the American Blonde, and I'm like, this is not that bad. This is actually a good beer. I would definitely give it two glass beers out of 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because it's a good beer. It's a solid beer. I prefer it over Corona. That's for show.
I'd go three beer bottles in a 6-pack, and then the rest of the 6-pack has also Guinness Blonde, but in cans.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And what I mean by that is, it's a full it's good to me, but it's the quality. Like, there's something that could be added to it to take it to the next step. That'll have it like a full 6-pack.
Just thinking about it, I don't think I've ever had a full 6-pack of bottled beer rating on this episode.
Yeah, no, we're really strict with our beer.
Like
rating.
not even with Allagash White, which is our favorite beers.
We might have to
world.
go back and re-rate that.
Re-rate that. We had a different rate. We didn't have a rating system before. We just had one beer and either good or bad.
Yeah, and then we're like, oh, we like this one. Well, I don't like this one.
Well, we went through changes.
Yeah, I'm going through changes. Oh, no. That is a weird show.
I'm just humming the whole time.
You know the show?
Yeah. It's Big Mouth.
Yeah. That's like if that show wasn't animated, a lot of people would be in trouble.
It'd be weird and very, very disturbing.
It's
if
like
it was
playfully pedophilic.
Playfully.
Is pedophilic a word?
No, that I think so. For the sake of
this
this
podcast, it is. Yeah,
it's definitely pedophilic because it's just children.
It's children and it's grown ass men. Voicing children talking about sex and like a hormone monster trying to get them fucked.
I mean, it is accurate based on what I experienced as a teenager going through puberty.
Yeah.
But if it was children in the show, it was John Mulaney and what do you call it? It was Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl, yeah.
Yeah, they would be in very, very big trouble.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I understand. I don't know. I'm sure I told you this. I had a girlfriend. I had my first girlfriend when I was fucking in the 2nd grade. You're 7 years old, right?
Ooh.
Yeah. And no, this girl was like,
oh.
Now, we didn't even really do anything because I was soft. I was like really scared.
You know what I was doing in 2nd grade?
What?
Fucking drawing Goku.
I was drawing Goku too, bro.
God damn it. You had more time on your hands.
Nah, I was a pretty busy 2nd grader.
Yeah, you just had
No, but this girl
grabbing 2nd grade titties.
This girl with dead ass like fucking like I remember we used to be in after school together. And mind you, again, 2nd grade, 7 years old.
Yeah.
And we're in after school and we're hanging out. It's myself, my girlfriend, and her friend, and we're like inside of my coat, and they're asking me to show them my penis. Okay. I swear to God.
All right then.
Yeah. So like I understand.
How do they are very
obviously. My shit was wild small.
Were they like, show me your dick?
Yeah, they
now.
were just like
show me that dick.
I don't think they were that aggressive.
Show me that dick, young boy.
And I was just like, no,
no. Right now,
I haven't hit puberty yet. I'm ashamed.
It just looks like a clitoris right now.
I actually asked my mom. Like I remember, I don't know how old I was when I asked my mom, but I was like, Mom, why do I have a small penis? And then she was like. She said the most traumatizing thing she could say in response to that. And her response was, why do you ask? Do you want it to be big like your father's?
Yeah.
And
no 2nd grader should ever hear those words from their mother.
Ever.
Is that why you who you are now?
Listen, That shit traumatized me. All right.
No, I mean I'm traumatized hearing that.
And no. Like I know a lot of people like they're. I've told people when they get weirded out by my father and I used to shower together. Not like when I was 14 and shit, but like when I was 5. 4.
Oh, same. Yeah. That's a Hispanic thing.
Know, people act like that's weird. I don't know. Like I said, I talked about a couple episodes ago. My dad used to kiss me on the cheek, and I used to kiss my dad on the cheek.
That's easy.
Yeah. I don't know.
I still kiss my dad on the cheek.
People are really weird about like. People are really weird about like being close with your father.
Maybe, well, I understand if you don't have a father, technically you can't be close to your father. Right. He's gone. But if that's your parent and you do see your father every day, maybe you have a bad relationship with him. But respect the people who have good relationships with their father. Yeah. Even though Steven didn't have a good relationship. I actually
had a horrible relationship.
He never had a relationship with his father, but he still kissed his father in the cheek, and vice versa.
I had to.
Yeah,
he would get very offended if I didn't.
I kissed my dad in the cheek still to this day.
And I'm sure that if he didn't, he'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck, bro?"
My dad's birthday is in a few days. He's born on the 7th of March.
You better send him a happy birthday text.
I gotta go to Connecticut and give him a kiss on the cheek.
Damn.
I'm like, hey, Dad.
Is he still with the woman we went to the?
Yeah. Wait, who?
The one we went to the cruise on the party cruise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jamie.
nice.
Yeah,
she's fun. She was cool.
Yeah, they've been with each other for a long time now. That doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. So I mean, not going. It's going everywhere positive. Meaning, like,
I thought you were telling me like, they're about to break up.
No. Meaning like it doesn't. If you know my father, has a track record of being tired of women really quickly.
Yeah.
And he's gone by now, but it doesn't seem like he's gonna go anywhere.
Rich is a handsome man, and I would also say that I think I learned a lot from Rich. Like 16, 17.
Same.
He talks to people very well.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's really good at making you feel comfortable around him.
Yeah. It's like he's almost too understanding.
Yeah. But that's good. Like in the acquisition of like women.
Yeah.
Because if women can feel comfortable around you, which is a problem. Like women, because guys are creeps. But if you're attractive and women feel comfortable around you, then you basically already won.
Yep, that's a gift and a curse at the same time.
So, when we would hang out with your dad, I'm like, yo, I'm soaking up game.
Same here.
Your father taught me more about like attracting women than my father did.
Yeah, my dad taught me the same amount as you. It's like I absorbed all his how to attract women in 7 days.
Shout out to you, Rich.
Yeah,
but to get on to the subjects of the week. To start off, Chris Rock, Tambourine.
Yeah, the comedy special on Netflix.
How do you feel about it?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, if you can keep me off my phone, and if you could keep me from like spinning around in my chair and whatever and texting, you got my attention, and that it got me in my bed. Like I legit was just on my chair watching it from the TV, and I was like enjoying it so much that I couldn't be on my chair anymore. I had to snuggle up in my fucking bed and like with the blankets on, just like giggling like a fucking schoolgirl.
Oh shit! The hallmark of a good show, of a good experience to me is if I don't pause in the middle of it to jack off. I have a very short attention span for the shit like that. Like I got it. If I'm like, all right, this is boring me, I gotta go rub one out real quick and get back to it, then you don't really.
No, I feel you. I've been there.
I'm being dead.
No, that's an honest feeling.
Yeah.
To pause a show just because there's more important things to handle, like jerking off.
and you can go like if you're you watched it alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also did. But let's say if you're watching something with a significant other, and you guys stop watching it to have sex, then it's not that entertaining.
Oh, that's
you guys just started seeing each other.
That's half of everything on Netflix.
Yeah,
it's just half of everything. Sometimes we just put it on for background noise.
Yeah, I'm being very serious. There are certain shows, like for instance, John Mulaney, who I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah,
and we were just talking about him because of Big Mouth.
Yeah.
When his stand-up comedies came out, I was with Christine at the time. There was no pausing.
Oh no!
I'm watching that shit. Like,
Yeah,
like I am enthralled.
You want me to do what?
And I was enthralled by Chris Rock. For those of you who may not have watched it, maybe you don't have an interest in watching it.
Maybe you don't have internet.
I'm sorry. I've been there. I was just there. It was personal. A lot of people felt that it wasn't funny. I disagree. But you know, I think I have not to like talk like I'm full of myself, and I think I do that a lot on this podcast. But I think I have a pretty refined taste of comedy.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like and I feel like I got what he was trying to give.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you on you knowing comedy, because you knowing comedy means I know comedy, since we are almost the same person when it comes to a sense of humor.
Yeah.
So, yes, totally agree with you.
I like how you complimented me to compliment yourself. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's comedy.
Because you see, like I go straight to the point. I'm just like, yo, I'm amazing, and you're like, yo, Steven, you're amazing, and I know that because you like me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So in this special, Chris Rock tackled the subjects of porn addiction.
Yeah,
which I can relate to. Maybe not addiction.
I think we have a normal understanding of pornography.
But the thing is, like a couple episodes ago, I was talking about how my ex-girlfriends have had every single one of them have had a problem with my jerking off habit and my porn watching habit. So if you ask my exes, they would say, yeah, this nigga's addicted to pornography.
But in all man's real life, no.
Yeah.
It's really it's very decent flow of pornography coming.
Do you know what I would consider a porn addiction?
What?
Is if I have somewhere to be and I'm like, nah, I gotta go rub this out.
Yes.
Like that's
shit. Yeah.
like that's when I'm like, okay, maybe you gotta cut back.
Yeah, that's definitely a porn addiction that it has to, before you start your day, start your life, you have to rub one out to porn.
Oh, I rub one out in the morning sometimes, but like that's just to start off my day, clear my mind.
Yo, I sometimes
get the cobwebs out.
Twice a year, I do it in the morning. Usually, it's a nighttime remedy.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's like a nighttime remedy. Like when I can't fall asleep, and I'm like, you know what I haven't watched in a while?
You're right.
Porn.
Yeah, I think falling asleep post nut is a lot easier.
Oh,
it's a lot
dude.
more gratifying.
Of course.
You get your best sleep post nut.
It's like, I'm going to just sleep in it.
In it? Yeah. I'm not even wiping my hands.
Yeah. It's like,
You wake up and your palms are mad crusty.
Palms are sweaty.
Knees weak, arms are heavy. Oh, shit. Well, and Chris Rock talked about cheating, which I think people are becoming more open about cheating, about falling short. Yeah, and I love that. I've been open with the fact that I've cheated before. Mm-hmm. I don't agree with cheating. I think, I like to think I've evolved beyond cheating, but I have in the past. Yeah, and a lot of what he said resonated with me, because like you do stupid shit and you don't realize what the effect is until it happens. Mm-hmm. And he had something. He said, I'm gonna paraphrase. He said that he cheated because he wanted something new. Yeah. And what you don't realize is that when you cheat and your fiance, your girlfriend, your wife finds out, then she's new. Yeah, because she's never the same.
She's never the same, and you can never have her. Yeah. After that. Yeah.
And I felt that. Mm-hmm. Because that's absolutely true. So like if you're going into is it tambourine?
Tambourine?
Cause I was gonna say tangerine, but it's definitely tambourine because it's
tangerine's a fruit.
Yeah, I know.
Idiot.
Come on, John. We have to uplift each other.
Not when you make that stupid mistake. Yeah, it's tambourine, and yeah, I do completely agree with that. That usually when people want to cheat on another significant other. Well, men, I would say, when they cheat I know women cheat, but I always think that women cheat for different ways. They can cheat for the same ways, but mostly I feel like they cheat in different ways.
I don't think so. But keep going.
I'm going to just tell you my thing. I think men cheat because they want something new. And I totally agree with that. I think, you know, sometimes as a man, you know, you catch yourself like looking at a woman and it's like, oh shit, I gotta stop that. But some people don't know how to stop that. Some people don't have that self-control and they go on. Especially in Chris Rock's, footsteps, him being famous and him having an easy access to that type of things. Now women, I feel like they do cheat because they want something new, but not all the time. I feel like they cheat because they don't get that type of... I think women are affectionate running. They run more on affection rather than men being disgusting and run more on I need that new. Yeah, like, you know, men like new cars, you know, and they like that new leather smell. But women, all they really care about is something that's more reliable and something that treats them right. And then if a man doesn't really treat them right, they try to find that somewhere else. And I like the thing where he said that when women can still be with you, but not be with you at the same time. Like, they can go totally get laid and stuff, but they still yours. And he said that when men can automatically not be yours right away.
What do you mean?
Because he said that when people cheat, like, let's say when a girl out there catches a guy's attention, he's no longer hers anymore. He's the other girl's. Yeah. When women do that, the woman is still yours, regardless of if they're cheating on you or not.
That's the thing that I don't agree with, because like I have come across in my lifetime women who have done some very, very fucked up shit, and not to me personally. I've been cheated on, and I think everyone has in life.
Yeah, of course, it's a common thing.
Yeah, but I've come across people who have done some wild shit. And it's just for sexual satisfaction. It's not like, my boyfriend. Like, people in amazing relationships who on Instagram and on Snapchat and shit post their boyfriends. They're like, oh, I love my boyfriend. Oh, he's so good to me. Look at all the things he's doing for me. And then, like, sending me titty pics and shit.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that, because I'm just paraphrasing what Chris Rock was talking about on his comedy special, because it did make a lot of sense in his experience. But I totally agree with you that women are equally the same, and men in that type of department where they're like, you know, they can easily like be with somebody, but they can easily find someone else if that other person they feel like is a better match for them, and they're not being treated right.
Admittedly, I think cheating is a lot easier for women.
Why?
Because even if you are a ugly ass woman.
Oh, okay. Now I understand.
All you have to do is say you want dick, and someone out there is gonna give you dick.
Oh yeah.
Like, just for no reason other than maybe they're bored.
Yeah. In order for a man
as an ugly man,
it's very hard for an ugly man. He must have to go to.
You gotta have money. You gotta have a dazzling personality. Yeah. Something. You gotta bring something to the table.
Yeah, but usually, like, if you're in a very attractive man, you know the same situation.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if I was Jared Leto.
I mean, I think Jared Leto. God damn. That seems stressful, honestly.
Yeah, it's very stressful as a guy to like can't be committed because just women are just popping out everywhere.
Girls talk about how guys are dogs. You see how they objectify women. Have you ever seen how women objectify Jared Leto?
All the time, yeah.
I'm sure, like, to start off that feels dope, and then after like a year and shit, you're like, guys, I have interests. I have a personality.
Yeah,
I want love. Jared Leto's like 50 years old.
He's about almost 50 years old. He's definitely in his mid 40s. Yeah. Well, it's not even Jared Leto. It's just most attractive, very, very giftedly attractive men.
The George Clooney.
Yeah, the George Clooney's, the Armie Hammers, the Channing Tatums of the world.
I don't know who any of those guys you mentioned are.
The Brad Pitts of the world. There we go.
Yeah. But Brad Pitt was married for a while, though.
Yeah,
Brad Pitt was married to Jennifer Aniston, and then
did some
dirty dog shit.
Like, he was married to her, and then like Angelina Jolie came over and she was like, I can show you the world.
And then you see Angelina Jolie, that's why you fucked up, because everyone was like, oh, how could Brad Pitt cheat on Angelina Jolie?
It's Angelina Jolie.
First of all, Angelina Jolie.
Especially during Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
But my point is, did he not get with you while he was with someone? That's the thing that girls need to also understand. Like, you can't, like everyone always wants to feel like they're like the special snowflake. Mm-hmm. But if a guy is cheating on his girl to get with you, what's stopping him from also cheating on you when he gets with you?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so like, yeah. I'm not saying I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel bad because I don't really care about celebrity lives. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's
you know
just
how people.
A topic.
Yeah, people like, oh my god, they live and die by this shit.
Yeah, of course. There's a whole this channel on cable who like go crazy on that shit.
Yeah. And me, I have a podcast that I host with my best friend, and we talk about this shit sometimes. But I don't like. We don't shut the mic off and then get in the car and keep talking about it.
Yeah, like, oh my god, have you heard about Kim Kardashian and her new boob job?
Have you heard about Black China's head?
Oh my god, her Black China. I mean, we did have a conversation
no, we
of Black
talked about
China.
it. Yeah,
well, we didn't talk mostly because we're admirers of Black China. We're not.
We talked about it because we were talking about it on the podcast.
Yes, and we were also talking about the fact that she's really bad at head.
Yeah.
And like describing like moments of like bad head.
Yeah.
Especially in your career of sexuality.
I've had bad head.
It was bad head. It's not a lollipop, dude.
My next question for you is to bring it back to the subject that was at hand,
which is Chris Rock, yeah, or cheating.
Chris Rock vs Dave Chappelle
versus Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
Dave Chappelle, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change my thing. Chris Rock's a great writer, and I agree with that. He's better writer than he is a comedian. Yeah. Though. He's done legendary things as a comedian, like sold out Madison Square Garden, had one of the biggest specials ever next to this guy, not Charlie Murphy, Eddie Murphy. Next to Eddie Murphy, yeah. But honestly, he's a better writer than he is, he wrote Pootie Tang. He wrote Pootie Tang. He did a lot of work with Louis C.K. Did a lot of work with a lot of movie stars. He's a very good writer, better writer than he is a comedian. He has his technique of comedy is very loud and in your face,
and I think
like proving points and stuff.
I think he dialed that down.
Yeah,
dialed that down a little.
Yeah, of course, he's getting older.
Yeah, so
he did dial that down a bunch.
He had a message that he was trying to convey with this one, and what I was gonna mention. That I noticed like a similarity between these two comedians and their specials. It didn't feel like a stand-up comedy special. It kind of felt like your grandfather sitting you down and having a conversation with you.
It's like my grandfather telling me stories about the olden days.
Yeah. Like these are masters at work, and I think a lot of people were expecting them to like still be out here trying to prove that they can be funny.
Nah,
Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle do not have to prove to anyone that they're funny.
They already proved that a long time ago.
They did it. Yeah, there's the reason why they got those $100+ million contracts with Netflix.
Exactly.
It's because their track record speaks for itself.
Exactly. And the thing about that is they don't have to prove themselves anymore. They did that when they were younger. Now they're comedians in a older age. Yeah. They've hit a whole nother mark of comedy, which is speaking by experience. Not the same way that Kevin Hart would do it, where he exaggerates his personal experiences that are going on at the moment and then talks about them and exaggerates in details and makes people laugh with fireworks and shit like that. They're different. They speak about what they've seen, what they've done, all the experiences they've been to, and comparing them to what they have now, being very honest and truthful with everything. And that's the type of comedy that they project, is their experience is funny. Yeah. They took all their negative and positive experiences in life and made that shit just funny. Just like, you know what? I'm a comedian. I can see the funny in everything. And that's the type of comedy that they're going through now. It's just experience comedy.
It's like, and I think I've used this example before. I would like to compare them to like a Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Where Jay-Z doesn't have to prove to you that he can rap.
No, he's just...
In 444, he I don't think he had any, like, technically proficient bars. But, he was talking to you. He was like, yo, this is what I've learned through my life.
Exactly.
Here are some jewels. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna mix it with rap because that's what I do.
Yeah.
And that's what Dave Chappelle did. That's what Chris Rock did. Like, hey, I've been through the ringer.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I learned. But also, I'm a comedian, so I'm gonna sprinkle some comedy in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make it funny. It's gonna be serious as fuck.
But if you guys want that hungry comedy, don't go to the OGs. That makes no sense.
Yeah. Learn if you want that hungry comedy.
Go to John Mulaney. Like he's new in town.
Or I'm new in town. Or go and do experience their comedy, like Dave Chappelle's comedy in the past and Chris Rock's comedy in the past when they were in the 20s and 30s.
That's tricky though, because we're in the age of political correctness. Mm-hmm. And a lot of their comedy from back in the day would not fly. That's the problem.
They talk about racism all the time, but my lord, political correctness did not exist in that time.
Chris Rock said that something about Hillary Clinton should have been sucking Bill's dick. Or something like that. Bill Clinton was getting head from Monica Lewinsky because she wasn't sucking his dick enough. Yeah. And he can't say that in 2018.
I mean, he could. He could, but no one would like it.
No, there would be a lot of gossip articles after.
Yeah, it would be really bad.
Entertainment Weekly would write an expose. I
wouldn't say that about Dave Chappelle, because Dave Chappelle was still very vulgar with his language. Yeah, Dave Chappelle. He's PC in the best way, but he's also not PC in the worst way. Dave Chappelle, where he calls everybody bitches.
He made jokes against the trans community, and he got backlash against it. And then he went on another stand-up series and did it again.
Yeah. Just because he's Dave Chappelle, he could do that shit. And
honestly, I respect that, because he's standing on his like he's saying, I do not have any problems with anyone, but y'all getting these jokes. Yeah. Like, this is what I do for a living. Yeah. Y'all getting these jokes.
Regardless of good or bad, you're going to hear it. And I love that about them. And so Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle? Yeah. I'm going to agree with you, because I just think Dave Chappelle's, he's insane. Chris Rock to me is really funny as well. Mm-hmm. But I've always had Dave Chappelle like a tier above everyone. Yeah. And I mentioned for a while Louis C.K. was my favorite comedian. Mm-hmm. But Dave Chappelle, that's because Dave Chappelle, he went away for 57 years.
Yeah, so he just absorbed all his comedic skills into the Spirit Bomb and released it on Netflix.
It's telling that when Dave Chappelle came back, Louis C.K. disappeared.
Well, it's weird, but yeah, that's kind of how it happened.
He's like, I'll take my mantle back.
Yeah, it's just like, thank you, sir. Would. And then it's
you kept my seat warm.
How are you going to take me away? Well, the media will let that.
Yeah, the media will take it.
Yeah, the media will do that for you. And then he jerked off.
Yeah, he really did. He fucked up.
But I want to ask this question, since we're on the topic of comedy. Who do you think is the next big thing in comedy? There's a lot of young stars. There's Hannibal Buress.
I don't think Hannibal Buress is very good.
I know, but there's Hannibal Buress. There's John Mulaney. There's this dude, Tom Segura. Mm-hmm. There's another guy that I watched before. I keep forgetting his name, but it doesn't matter anymore. There's a lot of young G's out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. John Mulaney is very funny. And what I think is going to take him very far is that he is hyper politically correct. Yeah. And in this era, it kills his comedy a little, because but it works for him. He has a very safe face. Yeah, he has to be safe. He can't do the same things as the OGs can, because he's a white man. In a very complicated world, where he has to watch out with what he says. There's this comedian who goes by the name of Andrew Schultz. He's very funny, and he does not give a fuck about political correctness. The thing with him though is I feel like sometimes he's doing things for shock value, which I don't really like. I don't like when people are saying things that oh, I know what's gonna get under your skin. Boom, I don't really like purposefully trying to get under people's skin.
There's another comedian. Hold that thought. There's a big comedian out there. He hosts the Late Show. On Comedy Central.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't know him by name.
Trevor Noah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trevor Noah is also a new young one that's very, very, very good, and he also speaks by experience like a lot of the OGs do, because he's from South Africa, and he grew up in the time of apartheid, which is the ultimate perfected racism. So he speaks a lot of that. He speaks a lot of that. He brings it to his comedy in the United States and shares it for everybody. So he can speak like the OGs do, because he's come from a different country where it was crazy racism.
And I think people respect Trevor Noah a lot. Another comedian that I think is gonna go places. His name is Jared Carmichael.
Okay.
And
I actually never heard of him.
Yeah, you should. His shit's on HBO. He doesn't have any like Netflix specials, but you should definitely check him out.
I got HBO. I've been watching Game of Thrones, so I'll check that out.
Yeah, you should check out Jared Carmichael. He's very funny. I can see him going far. That's about it. Like, honestly, I feel like the comedy sector has been lacking. Honestly, so? I think Donald Glover is very funny.
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna go back to stand up.
I think he's just gonna concentrate mostly on
movies and his show,
writing, doing Star Wars, and especially his music. And I feel like his music is gonna I think that's more of a part-time thing for him, because he comes out with a new album like every 2-3 years,
right?
Because of the internet. And then 2-3 years later, he came out with Awaken My Love. And that was big, and then he's going to give it the same amount of time, because he got a lot of things going for him. The guy got Atlanta, which is an Emmy award-winning show.
Bro, he had an interview recently where he was like, I feel like Jesus, my nigga. He sounds like he's getting a little full of himself, but I get it, because if you're so good at so many things, in the interview, they asked him if he feels like there's anything that he's not good at, and he's like, honestly, no. And I respect that, because I think a lot of people are fake modest.
He's very,
and honestly, if you're good at something, I don't understand the point of pretending that you're not.
That's very different from what I saw during last week's interview with Stephen Colbert. He went on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, this being Donald Glover, but he went on as Donald Glover, not as Childish Gambino. And he's very modest guy, very cool intellectual person, and he also got amped up where Stephen Colbert was like, you're an Emmy winning writer and actor,
a Grammy
for Atlanta, and also a Grammy award winning. How does it feel to do all those things? He was like, it feels awesome. He just literally it feels good. I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah, and you should be. I don't like the whole if I can do it, anyone could. Nah, man, I'm really good at this. This is why I can do it.
Also, but the thing is, he's not up to that level of Kanye, where he's like, I am a god.
But he is the thing. To me,
I
think he's more accomplished than Kanye.
In my eyes, I feel like he's very, very, very much accomplished, and he knows it. But his ego hasn't reached that plateau where Kanye West has reached. So he's not calling himself a god and walking around.
To ask you a question, who would you rather be? Would you rather be the master of a specific craft, or the jack of all trades, but never the guy that's at the top of any single one craft?
I like to be the jack of all trades.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Kanye for a really long time was at the top of the rap game. Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah,
I guess fashion too, but
he's the whole reason why Adidas beat Nike.
Yeah, but Donald Glover does everything.
Everything right.
And everything
he wrote
Dirty
Rock, which is an Emmy award-winning show. He wrote on that. He was on
Community,
which is also very good.
He was prophetic with it. He exited Community right when it was about to get bad.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm getting out of this." And he entered music in the right age and changed the genre from the ground up just because of the internet. We had artists come out like Chance the Rapper. A lot of artists in that type of direction came out, and it was like, "Oh, I can make music too."
I think people say that Drake made it okay for people who are not thugs to rap. I would say Drake and Kanye. But I would say that Donald Glover made it okay for people who are just not cool to rap.
Yeah.
Because Donald Glover, I think, is a nerd.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like Kanye West and Drake. Yeah, sure, they're not all gangster and whatever, but at the same time, they have an ego. They know they have the kind of swag. They're very popular with the ladies. They're very popular. And Donald Glover is some like nerd dude that you would play D&D with.
Yeah.
Or Yu-Gi-Oh! He would have all the fucking master
cards. Like he knows how to code using Python.
Exactly. You know? The guy is on JavaScript every night, just fucking web developing. And then he influenced people like Chance the Rapper, whose dad worked in the White House and he's the least ghetto ever. You got also like Logic, who's a super nerd at the same time, but you got him in Logic every fucking song ever.
Plays Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I've seen him with his game channel on goddamn YouTube. He
really has a game channel?
Yeah, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing if you like his. No, he's good at video games. They're all very nerdy, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. They're all just like us. They're all pretty much us. It's our generation. They speak for, I would say, us. Millennials who are very good at a lot of things, but at the same time not very prideful in all those things. We just like to do a lot of things
that we know that like I find myself in a mixture of both, because I'd consider myself a nerd, but I would also, I have bravado, I have ego, you know, like I don't hide from those things, because I think they're healthy. I think a little bit of ego, where you're not like crazy full of yourself and not accepting of change, that's when it gets tricky. Because like if you start feeling that you're so good at everything that no one could tell you anything and you can't evolve, that's when you fucked up.
Yeah.
But I have a healthy amount of ego in the sense that like I know what I'm good at, and I like, you can't tell me that I'm not good at those things.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's like, always a good amount of health of ego to have.
Yeah.
Me, I'd say that I wouldn't say I'm cocky. I used to be. I would say that I would.
I'd say teenage Josh was cocky.
I feel like teenage Josh had a god complex.
OD.
Yeah,
OD.
I felt it hard. Yeah, of course. I discovered myself and I abused the shit out of it. But then now I feel like that I'm very confident. I don't lack confidence in absolutely anything that I do.
I would say that.
Especially if I drink a lot.
I lack confidence in certain things.
Yeah.
Like and you know me. You know I do. There's an ebb and a flow. What I'm saying is that like there are certain things that I don't think I'm very good at, but the things that I think that I'm good at, I know that I'm good at. You're super good at. Yeah. You can't tell me that I'm not.
Uh-huh.
And that's healthy.
Yeah, that's a very good
I would say
amount.
Like Josh is a like I just said, I co-signed that you were a cocky motherfucker.
No, it's co-signed.
You're definitely you're self-aware, you're self-assured, and I respect that about you. And one of the things that made Donald Glover great, I think, like at least personally, and the same thing with the Drakes, with the Kanyes, they're not on social media very much.
No.
Donald Glover will periodically delete all his delete his Tumblr, not his Tumblr, his Twitter, his Instagram, or just like delete all his tweets and go on a hiatus for a year and a half. And how do you feel about stuff like that?
Oh, I'm terrible at social media. I'm absolutely garbage at it. Like steamy garbage at it.
I don't like. Okay, I won't say you're garbage at it.
No, I know.
Because the thing is, like, I don't think you try very hard at social
media. That's why I think I'm garbage, because I don't care.
But I would say that you're just disinterested in social media.
Yeah, I'm not like, I have social media. I don't have Facebook. I haven't had Facebook since 2011, 2012. I
this
think
is very true. Yeah,
I haven't had Facebook since, for a lot of reasons that pushed very positive events in my life.
Right.
So I don't regret that. I'm actually very happy that's happened, because that was a turning point in my life. Also, after that, I just didn't give a shit about social media.
Yeah.
I have Instagram. I haven't posted up a picture in like weeks, maybe even a month. I don't care. I don't care about how many likes. I don't care about my streaks on Snapchat. I have Snapchat.
Right.
I usually share it to share pictures with Daphne and I.
Right.
That's all we do. We just
You'll send me the occasional pic.
Yeah, you too. It's like, here you go. Hey, look at this fruit smoothie I'm sharing with you and no one else.
You really did.
That's me. That's me. And Twitter, sometimes I'll have a thought.
Right.
And I'll share it on Twitter. But that's it. You won't hear from me in another lifetime on Twitter. I don't delete anything. Sometimes I do if I feel like it's just too old.
Right.
I just don't care about it. It's there.
You see, on the other hand, you know this. Some of you who are listening, I would like to clarify. You may have noticed that I've been missing. I deactivated my Instagram and my Snapchat and my Facebook.
Yeah.
I still have Twitter, but even when I had Twitter, I never posted.
Yeah,
on
so
Twitter.
it's like makes no sense to even delete it.
I keep Twitter for updates on like sports and you know what I'm saying.
I usually have the Google app for that.
No, that's why I hate Googling. I hate reading like because I used to love reading articles, and now I feel like a lot of people write articles that they're like fluff pieces.
Oh,
they're
okay.
all sharing the same information, and I hate. And I would
like,
rather on Twitter feeds, they're very informative.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's like really quick but informative.
Yeah,
at the
they're
same time.
very informative. So I keep my Twitter for that reason. But yeah, I was talking to Josh about it. I think I developed something of an addiction to social media.
Yeah, and that's a real thing.
Yeah, no, it is. I found that like when I was nervous, needed to pull my phone out, needed to be on Instagram and Snapchat and shit, and like I needed to feel an online presence, you know? And that was really annoying.
Yeah.
So one day, I was in a bad mood. I was like, yo, fuck this shit. I deleted it, and I hit you up. I'm like, yo, I took a break from it. And he's like, yo, you know what? If you feel like that's what you gotta do, you gotta do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I feel like that's what I gotta do.
Because sometimes you just gotta get rid of all that negativity. Like the thing that makes you, like, I'd say social media is not a terrible thing, but when you're addicted to social media, it gets bad.
Anything in moderation is okay.
Yeah.
But it's when it gets out of hand that it's bad.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And social media is very quick. It's like, it's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
It can get you real quick where you're just like constantly trying to keep up with it. And I see a lot of people
searching for approval from people who don't matter and
yeah,
don't
exactly.
care about you, and it's a never ending circle.
That's the thing. It's a lot of like, you know, when those people are addicted to social media, it's a lot of like to be everywhere is literally just to be nowhere, because you forget about yourself and your needs as a person, because you're constantly focused on being on social media, being that attention, making sure that everyone knows what you're doing, making sure that everybody knows that, hey, all eyes on me.
Yeah, and it's so great because like now, since I've deleted my Instagram, my Snapchat, my
Everything.
Facebook,
yeah,
I think I'm more social. I think I'm more responsive in text.
Oh,
I think
yes, you are.
Yeah,
like a lot. The only time you weren't was yesterday, but you got drunk.
Yeah, I really, I don't know. It just feels good. I only talk to the people who matter now.
Yeah,
you know, instead of like wasting my time having frivolous conversations with people who don't care.
Yeah,
and I don't care about.
And that's another thing why in 2011, 2012, whatever fucking year it was, that I deleted my Facebook, because that was a lot of me. A lot of me was I was constantly on Facebook. It was like literally the only thing I was on 24/7, and I was conversing with a bunch of people. You know, a lot of people that didn't matter, and I'm like, none of these people matter. Why am I so like attentive to them? Mm-hmm. So when I deleted that, go a few years later to here, I haven't spoken to those people in so long, because once I deleted that page, it's not like they didn't have communications to me, because they did. They have my number, and it's just I wasn't convenient for them.
You find out who really cares about
you. You find out
when you're not convenient.
Exactly.
You know?
You find out who cares for you and who doesn't. Who was a true friend? Who was just that person that was in need of a conversation.
Right.
And that's how I like my group that I thought were friends went from like 10 to like 2.
And yeah, and I'm currently experiencing that. I think I had a lot of acquaintances.
Yeah.
And I've not had social media now for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I have in the last 2 weeks only had conversations with like 4 people.
Yeah, that's how it is. That is literally how it is. It's like those 4 people who you talk to are usually the people you don't even talk to on social media. Yeah. It's usually a face-to-face conversation, a phone conversation, or a texting. Yeah, those are the people. And the people who are in social media are really not giving a shit. Like, they'll be like, oh, where you win? Where you win? Where you at? Where you win? And then, like, there's like, all right, well, a week later, they're like, well, he's not convenient for me anymore. On to the next person.
I really like, and I also feel like social media makes forming long-lasting relationships hard. Yeah. Because you're always looking at the other side of the grass.
Yes, and also searching for something new.
Yeah, and you're searching for something new, comparing your relationships to the relationships of others on social media. Yes. Who we all are by this point aware that people are faking it on social media. Everyone is lying. On social media,
which is the whole reason why I don't have pictures of me kissing Daphne.
Yeah, because you don't need to prove that.
I don't need to prove my love to them. Actually, if people know us, like people that know us as a relationship always see us as like the relationship to be, and we're the only relationship that I know of that hasn't posted up any type of lovey-dovey kissing in the face, marriage pictures online and stuff.
You've posted her like that.
Yeah, no, I do.
Yeah, that's not to say that you hide, because like,
no, I don't hide my relationship, but I don't try to.
But you don't try to shove it down people's throats to make it seem like, no, we're in love, guys, we're in love, because you're actually in love.
Yeah, we're in love, and everyone that matters knows that, and that's it. Everybody that matters knows that. If you even see us in real life, that's enough proof for you. You get one day and that's it.
And I'm telling you, like, it's refreshing, man.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't need to prove yourself on social media.
Being surrounded by people, not surrounded because I haven't like hung out with anyone.
But it's like being surrounded.
Being around, being in the how do I phrase it? Just having people in your circle who care about you, who genuinely are searching for you. That's refreshing as a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's like those people that actually matter to you, instead of you trying to find love in all the wrong faces, pretty much. Yeah. And like social media was that type of thing.
Social media is like, oh, I'm bored. Let me get attention from this person.
Yeah, let me slide in your DMs.
And I don't need to do that. Yeah, it is such a fucking relief. If I need a slide in a text, I'm sliding, like, I know who I'm texting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's just, you wake up one morning and it's like, oh shit, a text message. That's it. Go on with your day.
I'm texting my person, like, and I'm not texting like this girl, that girl, trying to like, oh, I'm bored, you're hot, what's up,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that feels really good.
And that was social media back in the days. I remember 2009 when Facebook was like the biggest thing, and like you and I were like constantly like trying to talk to a bunch of people at one time. Like, I remember you and I would have like 5, 6, 7 conversations on Facebook going on at the same time. If that was me now, I would be stressed out.
Yeah. No,
like,
it is
fuck am I doing?
It is stressful.
Like, bro, very much is
terrible. I've talked about before how the desire to, like, I don't have the desire to speak to multiple women.
Yeah.
I'm very, like, I like being involved with one person and only one person. Like, that's exciting to me. And I think Twitter makes it, like, not Twitter, social media, the lack of social media makes it even more gratifying.
A bunch easier, which is also one of the reasons why I got social media, because I'm like, that's only going to create more problems and more problems. Not because I'm looking for the problems. It could be that too. But a lot of the times other people
find you.
Other people are trying to find you and don't give a shit about what you're doing because you're convenient to them at the moment and they're fucking bored.
Yeah.
And the thing about society now is that we get bored very easily, and social media makes that very easy for us to accompany our boredom.
As you know, I was with my very recent ex, Belkis, and this is a problem that occurred in our relationship. Is a girl who I used to sleep with, she and I were never in a relationship, hits me up saying, hey, I'm moving to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Let's fuck. Yeah. And I'm like, I have a girlfriend. And I showed her that I responded, I was like I said no, but I was respectful about it. And then she's like, no, actually, I don't care.
Yeah.
The offer's still on the table. And that was a huge, like, even though I did everything right and I showed her the conversation, I'm like, look, this is how I responded. I shut her down. That was still a huge problem in our relationship.
Of course.
Like, she had a hard time letting go of that.
Of course. It's because of social media. Yeah, like, because of the internet.
Shout out to Childish Gambino.
And shout out to a thing that I heard on Frank Ocean's Blonde album. There's a skit on that he has where he's interviewing a foreign dude who's in a relationship with another girl, and he lives with her in her apartment and stuff, but she constantly like tries to get the approval on social media, like on Facebook. Hey, be friends with me. And he's like, I'm not on Facebook all the time. That's not my thing. Yeah. I haven't gotten to it. But she's like making it a giant deal. Hey, why are you not accepting my relationship status? Why are you not accepting me as a friend on social media? And he's like, why does any of that matter? I'm here with you in your house all the time. Why does that matter when I'm not even attentive to that? And it's for
keeping appearances.
It's keeping appearances. Yeah. It's a bunch of it's jealousy.
Yeah, it's jealousy, and it's like if it's not on social media, then people won't believe it.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if I don't post the fact that I'm clubbing, people aren't gonna think that I'm having fun.
Exactly.
If I don't post the fact that I'm with my significant other, people are gonna think that we're unhappy, or that I don't have a significant other.
Yeah.
And it's like, why does that matter?
Exactly. Why? And I remember having a conversation with Daphne one time, and where we've taken pictures and we're doing it for social media, and I'm like, I'm not really in the mood to take pictures. It's like it's the wrong time. I don't really care. She cares a lot, so we tried doing it anyway. And I'm like, why does any of this matter? It's like, why does it matter? It's like she's like, let's take a picture. Let's take a picture for Instagram. I'm like, I kind of don't want to. Can we just enjoy this time? Yeah. But the thing is, it's a society in which we play in. Yeah. It's a big game that we play where, our evolution has taken us to the point in which social media is such a big thing now that we need to prove and disprove everyone that we follow and disfollow. And especially those people who just stalk. And they're just walking around. And that's crazy.
Yeah.
You have people who don't necessarily follow you, but still follow you.
Oh, that was also a thing that was annoying me.
And you let it happen.
I had ex-girlfriends, some of whom may be listening to this podcast, who like doing the whole blocking me and then unblocking me, been watching my story.
That's something that actually really happens.
That happens all the fucking time.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
It's pathetic.
Yeah, it's a pathetic thing, and it's like, don't stop. Either follow, or don't follow at all, and just forget about me and forget about everything. It's like, why does this matter still?
The moral of the story here is, putting too much weight on social media, and I say like I'm not discluding myself from this, because I obviously just finished saying that I have an addiction to social media. Am I gonna come back to it? Maybe.
Yeah, eventually.
Like I said, I disabled my Instagram, so it's the ability for me to pick it back up is still there.
I think it's just
Snapchat is deleted though. Like Snapchat, it's not deleted, it's disabled, but after 30 days it deletes.
I think what you need is, what you're doing is good, deleting it and being away for it for such a long time to try to like find yourself so that you can just moderate.
Yeah, and when I come back, I'll be in control.
Yeah, like, you'll be in control. It's not going to control you. Yeah, and that's the same thing with drugs. The same thing with everything. Yeah. It's good to do things as long as you understand moderation, as long as you understand how to control yourself, and as long as you are the king and it's not controlling you.
As of like currently, I feel crazy in control because I also stopped smoking weed.
Yeah.
That's also not something that I maybe plan on doing for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But currently, yeah.
Yeah, currently it's just a situation in which you just, you're doing.
I haven't, and I feel it feels good to like feel like in some aspects out of control. Like a lot of things feel like they're out of my control, but then certain things feel like they're very much in my control, and that feels really good.
It's a human feeling.
Yeah.
It's good to feel human, because it shows that you're not perfect at all, but at the same time, you're not trying to find anything to cope with it, but trying to make yourself better, trying to just improve yourself in your situations, and not trying to find something like social media to take your mind off of it, smoke weed or do drugs or drink, become an alcoholic, to try to like put your problems aside, you know?
Josh, I appreciate that you said smoke weed or do drugs.
Yeah.
Because you understand that there's a difference.
No, there's a difference. Of course there's a difference.
Because, okay, like, as you know, my mom recently found out that I smoke weed. And she cannot, for the life of her, like, she equates it to crack.
Bro.
And I'm just like, Mom, I am fine. Like, you think I'm a crackhead? And she's like, how would I know? I'm like... because I'm not sucking dick. That's how I know.
Yeah. Well, I consider cigarettes a bigger drug than...
They absolutely are. Because there's nothing in weed that's addictive.
It's not. It's not an addictive thing. I don't see any negative side effects besides being a little tired and lazy and wanting to eat everything in the fucking kitchen. It's not gonna kill anybody. Even if you're driving and you smoke weed, the last thing you're doing is speeding. You're driving 5 miles per hour in the fucking highway.
I think I don't drive, but I personally don't think I would ever smoke and drive because paranoia and anxiety.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to put anyone on like at risk like that, but I know people. I have close friends who I've been in their cars and we're smoking in their cars and they're blazed out of their mind. Yeah. And we got home safe. Like, we're fine.
Even safer than most drunk people. Yeah.
Shout out to my dad. Was like the beast drunk driver. Like amazing at it. Like better at. And I tell people that and they're like, yo, don't say that. That's not fun. But it's true. Like he was insanely good at driving drunk. And I think he was better driving drunk than driving sober.
Yeah. That's most Dominicans. I feel like if most cab drivers drank and drove, you would get to your destination on time. I would not have to be waiting behind a cab driver who's driving 20 miles per hour when I'm trying to hit the 30.
Just give him a Four Loko.
A Four Loko, the fucking hearts would explode.
You ever had a Four Loko?
No, and I never will. I heard that shit's like drinking Red Bull and liquor.
They're bad. I used to have some Four Lokos. I was never like a Four Loko ho.
No Loko ho.
No.
Dude, Four Loko was such a big thing when it was like 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, Four Loko, let's get loco. No, but it was terribly bad for your heart. A lot of people actually died from it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, you can definitely die. It's like drinking a bunch of Red Bull and liquor at the same time. You're fucking your brain up. You want to be fast, but you're too slow.
But then I think people, there's like Red Bull and like whiskey and shit. Like people put Red Bull in their drinks.
Yeah, I've had that and it fucked me up. I've had Red Bull and tequila.
Yeah. Oh.
No. Sorry, Red Bull, Hennessy, Coca-Cola. I mixed it. And the last thing I remember is waking up on my mom's bed, walking downstairs and puking.
Hennessy will get you. Hennessy will get you.
Yes, it will. But yeah, social media is definitely an addiction, and people just gotta learn to control it.
And I wanna recommend for anyone out there who feels like it's too much. I think more people should take a break from social media. Because social media is damaging society. It's damaging societal expectations. It's damaging what we expect from our family and friends and loved ones. It's getting people fired.
Oh yeah.
You know, like social media is doing a lot more. Like, you know, the good that it does is it's connecting the world. Blah blah blah. But maybe we don't need to be so connected.
Yeah, just like a lot of us don't necessarily need voices.
Yeah. I say that all the time.
Not everyone deserves Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter makes everyone's voice equal, and I don't think that should be the case. I think some of y'all are really dumb.
Yeah, seriously, like, oh my god, so much dumb shit I've read. And also Tumblr. Some people just don't deserve Tumblr. Yeah, because sometimes too much shit posts is just too much shit posts. I'm tired of your goddamn memes.
I still have a Tumblr, and Tumblr is like my Twitter, but like with Twitter, I use Twitter for sports updates and stuff like that. I use Tumblr for porn.
It's like the opposite of why I use Tumblr.
I don't use Tumblr. I don't like care about like following people. I don't care about reblogging your posts. I'm not gonna like your selfies.
I do not use Tumblr as social media. It is the only way that I can laugh though. Yeah. I go there and I see some funny shit and I'm like, that just made my day. Like if I want to laugh, I just go to Tumblr.
The only thing that I dislike about having social media is I consider myself pretty witty, and I have like
ideas.
random witty like posts in my head
that you want to share.
But I just want to let off. Yeah, I just want to let off some funny shit. So I think going forward in the podcast, I'm gonna have a tweet section where like I'm just gonna speed off random Facebook posts that I would have posted, but don't because I don't have social media.
It's like Instagram post that never made it.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes a big thing a few years ago was reading Jaden Smith's tweets because they were just too outrageous.
Yeah, imagine him not having Twitter and just having to write them on his notes.
Oh my God.
And not being able to share them. Then the world wouldn't be where we are now.
Yeah. Sadly. And also, people stop caring about your goddamn streaks on your fucking Snapchat. I think Snapchat is probably the root of all evil at the moment.
Listen,
it is ruining people.
Bro, I have had people get mad at me in real life over breaking a Snap streak.
Yes.
Like, oh, we were keeping a streak. Why couldn't you just... Like, because it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Because that is literally just a fire emoji and a number next to it.
Bro, there are...
It is not indicative of who we are as people and what our relationship is.
Bro, I've seen people literally try to get their streaks back by calling customer service on goddamn Snapchat. Really? And you could get your streaks back. For people who actually give a shit about this shit that shouldn't give a shit about the shit, you can call customer service on Snapchat and they will retrieve your streaks back. You will get that little fire symbol back.
Oh, I hope.
Don't worry.
I hope not.
Also, shoot yourself.
Just do a 2-in-1.
Yeah.
Like while you're on the phone, just load it up.
Just load it up and just like take a good shot at yourself.
We don't condone suicide.
We don't condone suicide, but some people don't deserve a voice.
We do condone comedy.
We condone comedy and stop giving a shit about your goddamn streaks. They don't matter. You don't matter that much.
Yeah, no, you don't matter, and people don't care about you.
The only people that care about you is the people who are close to you, your family, your friends.
The thing is that, like, delete your social media if for no other reason than to find out who does care about you. Because you will find out very, very quickly.
Oh, you'll find out quick as fuck.
Because I promise you, if right now I was to reactivate my Instagram, I would get so many people hitting me up like, oh, where you been at? I miss you. And it's like, do you not have my number?
Yeah. I miss you. Where you been? I'm like, wow, I've been in the same place, literally, just not with social media.
I've been in the same place that I was when you were texting me.
Why did you hit me up?
Why didn't you?
Why didn't you hit me up? You hit me up so easily on fucking Snapchat. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, and on top of that, like if someone deletes their all their social media, drops off the face of the earth, you're not gonna hit him up and be like, yo, everything good? You know, like to check up on you. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
If you out of nowhere deleted all your social media, I'm like, yo,
you good?
You good?
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh, no, I'm just taking a break. And I'd be like, all right, cool.
Exactly.
Now I know where to find you.
Yeah. I mean, you always know to find me on text message. Anybody who knows me knows to just text me. I reply within 5 to 10 minutes.
The thing is, Josh and I think our relationship's always been through text. Towards the end, I think we were Instagramming each other a little more.
Yeah,
like sending each other memes and shit.
Because I figured out how to use Snapchat, and I'm like, I'm not old anymore.
Yeah, but we've always been a text and calling kind of friendship.
Yeah, no. It's always been phone calls, text messages, and that's pretty much it.
Because I don't like talking to people on the phone, but I can talk to you on the phone, which is cool.
I can't talk to strangers on the phone.
I hate when people like
I can't even.
Can you call me? Can we talk on the phone? No. Please no.
I hate calling what do you call that? Customer service sometimes. Sometimes T-Mobile's acting up and I'm like, I gotta call customer service, talk to a stranger. It's mad awkward. Nah, but sometimes just put away your phone, put down your social media, and figure yourself out. And then you would absolutely know who loves you the most. You know, who matters and who doesn't. It's a life changer. I've done it. I've done it with Facebook, never got back on that. And I've done it with all social media plenty of times.
I have zero.
It works.
I have zero intention of going back to Facebook. Like I said, I do intend on going back to Instagram. I don't think I'm going to go back to Snapchat. Because Snapchat was also, like, I got to be honest with myself. And I've been doing a pretty good job at that. I was absolutely using Snapchat for like, chicks.
Yeah.
Like 100%, that was like the
I feel like
most I had Snapchat, you know.
Most people in the entire world use Snapchat just to get those 5-second nudes.
Yeah,
I literally never had that actually. Usually, I use Snap. I mean, I've had Snapchat came out. I was in a relationship, so so that's exactly why.
And Instagram too, right?
And yeah, exactly. All those things came out, and I was in a relationship, so all that temptation, I never pursued it either.
I respect that because, like, I've told you before, I think that if you guys got together even like a year later, you guys would have a completely different relationship.
Yeah.
Because social media matters so much to people now.
Yeah, exactly. But for those who use it for nudes, keep on doing it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that I don't need that.
Yeah.
I get my nudes through text.
Yeah. MSMs. Yeah. Send me the MSMs. Don't worry, my minute's paid.
iMessage.
I mean, if the other person has an iPhone, sure. But if you're in the type of relationship where the other person has a fucking Galaxy S8 that I gave her, it's gonna take a little while to get that nude. It's gonna take a total of 1 minute.
Well, I think that was good for today.
Yeah, that was a jolly old time.
We had a gay old time.
A gay old time.
To round it up, Guinness Blonde American Lager.
Yeah,
great beer. Great, really good. Mad decent.
It's a mad decent beer.
Get Out got in. We didn't talk about that, but it did.
We got next week. Don't worry about
that. We'll talk about Get Out. Won a lot. And we're happy for it. And stay off social media.
Yep.
Oh, and shout out to Chris Rock.
Yeah, shout out to Chris Rock. Shout out to all those funny people.
Yeah.
All right.
And this has been the Bronx Project Podcast. I'm your host, Miras.
I'm your host, Earl Grey.
And we'll be around. We don't know for how long, though.
Bye.